You deserve to be happy, and you will be. Would I ever lie to my favorite aunt?
I'm telling you, Sam, that surveillance tape is not what it looks like.
Well, you gotta admit, Luis, it doesn't present a real good picture.
Well, if it had sound, you'd know what really happened.
Well, why don't you tell me what really happened?
I was doing my regular cell check. When I saw Miss Crane, she looked agitated, like she was having a bad dream or something. So I tried to shake her out of it. I went into her cell, and before I know it, she's got her arms all over me. But she's still half asleep. The second she realizes it's me, she jumps back like she's touching some leper. You'll see it on the tape if you keep going.
No can do. Tape ran out right here.
Look, nothing went on. Now, come on, Sam. Now, you know that I'm a good cop. Now, I would never break the rules like that with a prisoner. And you know how much I detest the Cranes. And she obviously pretty much feels the same way about me. Nothing happened. That's the truth.
I've got great respect for you, Luis. Both as a cop and a man of integrity. I believe you.
Thank you.
Hang on, Luis. You know you gotta be extra careful when it comes to the Cranes. They have a habit of making mincemeat out of people who get in their way.
You don't gotta tell me that, Chief.
Well, 200% out for themselves. When I came in this morning, O'Brien told me that Miss Crane had trouble sleeping last night. He got the idea something was wrong with her.
Like what?
I didn't ask. I know better than to get involved with the Cranes. I figure it's her problem, not ours.
Crane Princess probably broke her fingernail. What a tragedy.
You're probably right. The Cranes have no clue about real problems or real people in the real world. They have no idea what it's like to make it on your own. I've got this much sympathy for all of them.
I know, I got a personal reason why I distrust that entire family. I still suspect that somehow they have something to do with the disappearance of my father. What kind of beef you got with them, Chief?
I've got work to do, Luis.
Come on. Now, every time I ask you this question, you try and avoid it. What's going on, Sam? What happened between you and the Cranes?
You could tell it was a wig?
It looks very natural. No one else would be able to tell. I mean, I could tell because I've worn wigs before, you know, costume parties and when I'm in the mood to change my look. But why would you want to change your appearance? Your hair is so long and lovely.
Well, actually, Mrs. Crane, you know how interested I am in fashion and design. Well, appearance is important to me, and as for my new position as your personal secretary, well, I wanted to look, you know, more professional.
I see.
Okay.
Well, if it'll make you feel better, why don't you come with me? Ethan's in the living room.
It's a terrific likeness, Frank. But one thing, the eyes. I can't quite put my finger on it.
Ethan's working with a private investigator to find that girl who's been stalking him. I'm very optimistic, and the investigator's confident he'll find her.
You're right, Luis. I do have a beef with the Cranes. They act like they own Harmony.
That's it?
It's enough for me. I mean, they have kind of an arrogance that I have no use for. They think that they can push people around and do whatever they want and get away with it.
Will they ever do that to you?
I'm just talking in general. I mean, rather than butt up against them, I figure the best thing to do is steer as clear of them as I can.
Yeah, that suits me just fine, too. But somehow, they just don't seem to steer clear of me.
You know, I knew you couldn't avoid wrestling Sharon Crane. I mean, I know you had to bring her in. I've got nothing against her personally in particular, but she's Julian Crane's sister, Alistair Crane's daughter. The sooner she's out of our release, the better I'll feel.
Yeah, that makes both of us.
You know, the Cranes remind me one of those nor'easters we get come fall. You know how they start. Deceptively calm at first, then they get up a good blow, do their thing and head out to sea, leaving total devastation in their wake.
I'll tell you, it's nice to know I'm not the only one around here who's got a problem with the Cranes.
I gotta get some coffee.
Crane residence.
It's me, Mama.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. Just calling to see if you know where Teresa is. Yeah, I called home a little while ago, and she wasn't there. Did she say anything about going out to look for a new job?
Teresa, how can you even think of taking this job with Mrs. Crane?
Please, Mama, try to
Do
understand.
you have any idea what your brother Luis will say when he finds out where you're working? And he will. The minute the Cranes recognize you, you will be put in jail. Whitney, you're her best friend. Can you please talk some sense into her?
I've tried, Mrs. Lopez Fitzgerald. Her mind's made up.
Even if I tell you how much I don't want you to do
Mama,
this?
I'd do anything in the world not to hurt you. This is important. This is what I want, no matter what.
I'm sure finding a new job was very much on Teresa's mind.
Your son looks busy. I don't want to disturb him.
Well, I know Ethan really wants to meet you, but perhaps you're right, Teresa. Maybe later is better. The work he's doing with his private investigator is so important if we're ever going to catch this disturbed young woman.
Well, maybe she won't bother him anymore.
Well, I hardly think so. Last night she actually made it onto the grounds.
Really?
You know, it is absolutely terrifying how close a crazy person can get to you if they put their mind to it. Well, we've increased security, so it shouldn't happen again. Still, you must keep your eyes wide open, Teresa, for your own sake.
I will, Mrs. Crane.
And if you see this girl, you must notify me or Ethan immediately. She is dangerous, but obviously the object of her disturbed mind is my son. Still, we must be vigilant.
I'll be right there. My mother's secretary must have arrived.
You want to go meet her?
I should. But finding this girl who's been stalking me is more important right now. And I have to go by the police station and pick up my aunt. She's being released.
I'll go with you. I need to take the sketch, show it around, make sure the cops are aware what the stalker looks like.
Good idea. I'll meet Teresa later when I come back.
Did the driver announce that Harmony was next?
Yeah, we'll be there any minute. Is that where you're from?
Born and raised.
Well, maybe you know the boy I'm looking for. His name's Miguel.
Miguel.
Oh, he's got brown hair and brown eyes and this great smile. Oh, he's so handsome. You'd know him even if you just met him once.
Well, perhaps I haven't met him yet. But to be honest, you know, I don't really know too many young people.
If only I knew more about him. Like his last name or where he works.
Good luck in finding him, dear. You know, it really sounds like you've got your work cut out for you.
The team is gonna be so bummed if you don't play today, Miguel. Come in. Reese, you look better.
Thanks. Miguel let me borrow some of his clothes.
Looking good, Reese.
Yeah, you look hot, Reese.
Oh,
We're kind of busy right now, Reese. What are you doing here?
don't you remember? We were all gonna go to lunch.
Oh, right. Well, I don't think it's gonna work. Sorry.
What about the game? That's still on, isn't it? I was gonna watch you and Miguel beat the Vipers.
I can't make it, Reese. I'm heading over to the bus station right now. I'm trying to track down Charity.
Charity? Is that the girl you're so crazy about?
That's her.
I understand, Miguel. Nothing should come before true love.
Normally, I would agree with you guys, but this game is really major.
It'd be such a shame if you don't play today and don't find Charity anyway.
You know, searching for Charity at the bus station is like looking for a needle in a haystack. Tons of teenage blondes go in and out of there every day.
But those teenage blondes don't look anything like Charity, do they, Miguel?
No way. She's beautiful, like an angel. I mean, even if one person at the bus station's seen her, they won't forget her. They might even know what town she's from. Look, you might be right, Kay, but I've got to try. I mean, there'll be other ball games. There may not be other chances to find Charity.
I'll come with you, Miguel. We'll have a much better chance of finding